All right, so we're jumping into this game here. High kill win, I'd say. Grab the bounty real quick. We're going right into it, not wasting any time. So I grab the bounty here. See he's over there up in farmland. As you know, if you've been watching, I typically land farmland. That's my comfortable spot. I know it really well. Got the bounty. Someone picked me up on the bounty, shooting at me on the left. So I slow it down a little bit. Hear him moving in behind me. Climb up on the roof just to check to see where he is. Threw a grenade checking for me, thinking I'm upstairs. So an experienced player knows that it's more than likely I'm on the roof. So I'm just trying to sound whore him a little bit. See my bounty got post over there, so got a little dough from that. This guy climbs up on the roof. I take him out. So that's the problem with this game. Like, if you move without information, it kind of favors the camper. So, like, if you move, you need to have the information. So he kind of had to guess where I was. I knew there was only a few places he could be coming from. So the TTK's so fast that I got first shots on him and I killed him. So the next step, where I always go, is I kind of loop my way through. I want to check this secret room because it's an easy legendary crate. So there's a UAV or some good money in there. I wanted to take the top way in because I knew somebody was back here since my bounty got pushed. I didn't know where. See that the door has already been touched, so I'm out. There's no point for me to stay here because there's someone who has a UAV up, knows exactly where I am. I got to kind of guess where they are, so I'm out. I'm going back to where I know is safe. So, like, when I was playing this game, I was like, all right, this is going to be my last game. I'm not really going to take it too seriously. I'm just going to kind of try to make smart plays, but, I mean, end up how it ends up. Typically around this time, you get good, sweaty players on. SBMM gets a little bit cranked, but because everyone's playing Battlefield or Arc Raiders and stuff like that, you kind of run into the same players all the time. Now, I like that because it feels like old COD, but there's a lot of good players, and I wasn't really feeling it. So I was getting tired. I was like, this is going to be my last game. Let me just kind of go through the motions a little bit while trying to play smart. Get a UAV. Kind of see the weird circle on the map. So now I'm going to head towards downtown, I believe, because that's where the circle's kind of forced me to. See that guy flying a little bit? I was like, oh, here's my victim number 2. Kind of lose sight of him. Not gonna push through because I don't know exactly where he is. You see me talking on prox chat, so he's close. I just don't know exactly where he is, and I don't want to push without information. I want to be kind of intentional in that, considering the first kill I just got. Forgot I had the UAV, so remembered, popped it. Now I can see where this guy is. He's clearly on my level, coming out to the street. I was late, a little bit late on the shots. Thought he might turn around. See, he's going away. I'm gonna speed it up a little bit, try to chase a little bit harder. But this UAV is gonna get away from me, and he got on my bike. Why he sat there, I have no idea. Easy kill. He just sat there on my bike. The bike gave away exactly where he was, and he was just sitting there, so I took advantage of the easy kill. And in this game, it's weird because I got several easy kills. Like people flying through the air, the guy sitting on the bike there. You'll see a few of those. And towards the end is where it gets, you know, the action really picks up. I mean, I guess that is the point of the game when you consider that it's a battle royale and the circle's closing, pushing everybody closer together. All right, heard a guy land in the air. That's a bird. See shots popping on my radar. See somebody shooting at him from below me. You can see the guy behind the sign up there on the blue. He gets out in the open. I take that kill. Love how my character's talking shit. All right, taking it easy again. I'm just not sure where people are. I see people popping up on the prox chat. Just not sure where they are. And again, I wanted to be intentional about moving with information. See, it sounded like he was on my level, but he was actually coming up from below. Jesus Zamora 90. Thanks for coming. Still just listening. There's another one flying out in the air. Gotta love the bullet velocity on the Merrick or Merc, whatever it is, but I love this gun. It might be my favorite gun of all time. Just because of the bullet velocity. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I don't need the recoil spring, so I add the overpressure to it. It was like 1,891 BV, something like that. Again, just taking it easy because we're in Sweatsville. People pouring out of that tower trying to get specialists, just trying to see what kind of easy kills, easy pickoffs I can get. So we got 5 kills with 61 up. See the loadie dropping off into the distance. So now I'm deliberating. Do I go get my gun, my 8 secondary, or just hold what I got? So the vehicle driving by. A little indecisive here, but ended up getting me yet another easy kill. Jesus Zamora came back for more. Thanks for adding to my numbers, buddy. Appreciate it. Again, I got a few, like, very, like, you would almost think this is casual. It's how you got all these bot skins and people just flying in. But I assure you it's not. I promise you it's not. Look, Rallied was in the game. See that over there to the left? So Rallied ain't playing casuals. And Rallied kind of getting killed in this game, I think, is why I won it. Like, because there's no way I would have won it with him in it. Damn sure when I got 20 kills with him in it, so. Shout out to Rallied. The dragon. Anyway, so I ended up deciding to go get my sub. So, got my custom guns on the move now. I hate going into this building. I almost never do, but I remember people saying how even if you don't get the specialist, there's still good loot here. So, lo and behold, got a legendary crate, got some dough, got the vest. So it's kind of worth stopping, but if I come here at all, it's later after all the sweats have left, because for me, there's no point in waiting as long as you have to wait to get into a game of solos now just to get fucking put out early because of third parties and sweats. Like, I don't mind fighting sweats, but it's the third party hot dropping that. It's just not for me. Got someone flying. Another fucking parachute glide kill. Easy. Hung, Drewski. Is that the real Drewski? Probably not. I don't know, but thanks for being an easy kill. All right, got 7 kills with 34 left. This lobby's getting pretty torched. But they all seem to be that way nowadays. Like, I don't know, we're in the second circle with 34 people left. Excuse me, 33 people left. So, I don't know. You just kind of take what you can get in these games. All right, this ends up being a decision that kind of accelerates my game. Pop the UAV, see somebody pop up. I said, all right, I'm going to get this guy. He's ghosted. But typically I see people who are using ghosts as bots, so I figured he'd be an easy kill. But people who are ghosts also have specialists, and I forgot about that point. So that's Recoil Poppy there. Appreciate you coming out and leaving specialists behind for me. I wanted to get in, saw this vehicle, didn't want to get ran over after killing the guy that had specialists. So he drove by. Gonna pick up specialists and go on my merry way. Shout out to Recoil Poppy for the donation. Really appreciate that. Recoil Poppy's a pretty good player. I see him playing with Neocam a lot. I don't know the guy. I never played with him myself, but you saw he had specialists and was approaching kind of sweaty, so good to get him killed. All right, so the UAV showed people up here at this spot on the first UAV I popped, so I repopped just to see. Got 4 people really close, so here's a good chance to pick up some kills. See the prox mine up there, that means you got somebody camping. This door wouldn't open because there's a car there, so I had to open it outside in or inside out, whatever. Hack the mine real quick because I know somebody's camping right there. So the decision becomes, do I take out this guy or wait, hear a guy running in. Tough kill. With the aim, you lose aim assist with those bars. I immediately ran in here because I figured that the guy camping would probably want to take advantage of a third party, but he didn't. Shoot the door open. So I knew because he didn't push that third party, he was a real bot. With the prox mine, he was dedicated to camping. So I shot the door open. Shooting the door open is a real great way to get the surprise because you're already firing. You just have to adjust the fire. It's better than running through when you know a guy's there because they know where you're coming from. And typically in this game, if you get first shots, more than likely you're going to get the kill. Smoke the buy, get another UAV up. Now, I'm not great with my UAV economy here. Haven't been. I popped like 3 UAVs and gotten 3 kills out of it. That's a 1-to-1 ratio. Typically want to be about 2-to-1 just to get, you know, you're essentially spending $6,000 to just get a kill. All right, so we got 4 people down in the construction area and then 4 people over by my bounty. I opt for this guy because he's by himself. Again, I just want to avoid third parties. You can kind of say I pussied out a little bit, not the front. I am by taking the easy way out. Another guy flying in. Got a few shots on him, but, you know, kind of a waste of time, which was kind of not smart because the guy that I'm pursuing could have looked out the window and kind of blasted me since I was out in the open. So a little careful on my approach here. He's still in here, as Specialist tells me. And he's got a nice little setup here. I mean, shock charges, mines, trophy system. Fortunately, me hacking that one mine blew up everything he had there except the trophy. Hacked the trophy, so now he thinks he's got some cover, but he doesn't. I still end up using this jump spot here. Can't see him, but I know he's in here. Laying pitch black in the shadows. He was just waiting for me, but you figure by all the shit that was happening, he would have known something different was happening, or known that he was being pursued in a different way, but I guess he didn't. I just used a jump spot, shot at him. I guess he didn't hear me come through the window or anything. Who knows? All right, here's some shots up here. Guy getting shot up from the hill. I wanted to get that kill, but then I saw he had a sniper, so I laid a few shots on him just to get him to move, and then broke contact because I'm not going to win that fight, even with all the bullet velocity. I don't think there's enough flinch on snipers. Like, he still would have just been able to snipe me. So I know it's a difficult balance because you want snipers to be effective, but with a gun as powerful as I have with all that bullet velocity, there should be flinch. He should be flinching. All right, saw this guy flying here. Wanted to approach it carefully. Assumed he was going to go up to the second floor because that's typically what people do. Just kind of waited, tried to be patient, but he came out. And all right, so I know people like to use thermal barracks, and I'm just not good with them. I'm good with the old impacts because the impacts essentially act as first shot for me. So they got him on the move. He jumped out the building. Easy shots, dead. So the question becomes, where do we go from here? Got almost $12,000. I decided to jump on the bike because I knew that sniper was up there on the hill. He's still shooting at me, but I wanted to get a UAV because now it's like, I got 12 kills with 14 up, plus specialist. Maybe I should just play for real and like try to get the win here. So went and got the UAV to get me some critical information. Information is everything in this game, with the TTK being what it is and movement being reduced since the Urzikstan days. So let me see what we got. Anybody close? So I wanted to use the UAV to help me make my next 2 decisions. I wanted to use it, the first one, to see if anyone's close, get a close, easy kill, and then kind of start to position myself for the win. 12 kills with 13 up, which means I'm going to get the next 8. Not bad. Guy was just standing there. He actually almost killed me. Well, actually just killed 2 of my plates, but still, I could have did a better job at that. I thought he was on the inside, but then heard him on the outside. Burned a UAV because I had 20 grand, and I was like, oh, I'll just buy another UAV. Let me get a self and start to really get into position here for the win. Got 3 people back over in these houses where I just was at. I'm comfortable fighting there, and I see I could come get this guy from behind. I'm going to edit that out, the way I said that. He goes inside. Back in that corner. I don't know if it's the same guy, but then I heard him jump down. So I heard him jump down. He came back through. Then he broke contact. I was like, all right, this is a pretty good player. He's not dumb. So let me play a little bit smart, a little bit patient. So he was taking the jump spot, trying to get me. I went back inside where he couldn't get me again. I knew this was probably a pretty good player just by the way he's moving, so I didn't want a chance to do anything stupid. He's trying to bait me and get me into a attack sprint. All right, got this car coming in aggressively. He saw me, but I just waited. Recoil Poppy once again. Thanks for coming. He was a little over-aggressive on that chow. He pushed into that building not knowing where I was, so he was hoping that movement and gun skill were going to get me, but I was just waiting for him. Again, you can't really ego in this version. Like, you got to be really good to ego, and I do win some ego challenges, but it's easier to just have position. All right, so check my UAV. So I really wish that the minimap was bigger so I could see where people, exactly where people are. I thought he was in that second room, but he was in the bathroom. Fortunately, I reacted fast enough and adjusted my fire. Got one in this building above me. Here, moving around. Throw an impact, get first shots. I don't know what he was thinking. I guess he had no idea where he was getting shot from. I don't know. All right, so I'm having a conversation on Prox Chat with Killer Queen. She's a streamer. I don't know her, but you know, I saw the TikTok in her clan tag. So
hello.
Hello. Hello. Killer Queen.
What?
Hey, where are you?
I'm here. Where are you?
I am also here.
Oh, did you just throw smoke?
No, that's not me.
Okay, well now I'm kind of scared.
All right. That's that guy that was jumping up on the roof before. Again, I know that's a good player just by the movement. He threw smoke, got into the vehicle. I'll see him later, though. All right. All right. Typically, that's Killer Queen. Typically, thermobarics, when someone's using those, it tells me they're a good player because few people know how buff they are. I don't use them just because I'm not good with them. But I played it carefully. Fortunately, she guessed wrong. This guy was just clueless. Easy kill, shot in the back. I was concerned because I didn't have a suppressor on my compact. So I figured I gave away my position, which I did. So I was trying to think, how could I kind of get some cover and figure out where people are. 18 kills with 6 up, including me. All right, so get behind this wall. Figured I cleared out this area already. Wanted to confirm. So recon can tell me pretty much where everybody else is. 2 in the house, 1 on the hill up there, just waiting for those people for that person to come out of the house or for them to get the kill. I didn't want to mark him exactly because then he would know I knew where he was. Catch him slipping out in the open.
Oh, you fucking bitch in the back.
I'm a bitch in the back, whatever that means. Why you can't be out in the open in this game. But that's why I didn't let the recon mark him, because he would have been alerted that he was marked. So I marked in front of him so I could remember where he was. So 3 players left. 1 in each of the houses up there on the left. 1 further out on the right. That person in the house on the left called in a cluster. And he kind of called it in the area where he is. So I found that as a good time to move, because clearly neither one of those players could move. My concern was the guy that was out in the open, out in the distance. He was my concern, so I figured he was going to make a move into this house. I wanted to catch him kind of trying to slip in through this door over here. But he actually ended up going to the other houses. I didn't recognize it. I got to do a better job of looking at my minimap. I didn't recognize that he made the move over there. I still think that he's over here. But there's still 3 of us left, me plus 2 others. So I'm assuming that one of the people that is left is the ones further out. So I don't see him coming, so I say, all right, let me take the house and get cover, because I know there's still people in that other house. And then I get a pretty good pull, so I kind of got to go back to where I came from. Clear this out a little bit, just see if I can see anybody on top. I see a mine up there on the right because I got specialists, so I know that guy's still in that house. And then it's about using cover just to kind of go back to where I came from, because power position is the hill. So I need to get there to catch people running out and trying to rotate in. The last guy gets taken out over there, and now we run into the guy. We run into the guy that was kind of jumping and trying to kill me before. Again, he was a pretty good player, good movement. He could have taken me out. He could have taken me out, but he didn't. I had position and just got the kill.
Have you had your blood? Sanitary napkin soaking it up. Blood. Spotting so much, one is never